Thank you very much. Let me first thank Willie Muteza and his teams for relentlessly marketing Uganda over the years. This is the 15th edition. I'm really happy because I've been part of this from the inception. We have opportunities for the UK and global investors. Ladies and gentlemen, Africa integration landscape offers unique opportunities in trade facilitation technology, digitization of customs, logistics and supply chain platforms, infrastructure, finance and public-private partnerships, ports, railways, renewable energy, digital corridors, standards and certification, partnerships in technical training, laboratories, regulatory frameworks to meet your global benchmarks, value chain development, agro-processing, manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, and green technologies. Potential gains. What is Africa stands to unlock? We would unlock increased inter-African trade, which currently remains low, but with potential for large welfare gains. For example, one study showed that East Africa could gain 1.8 billion in welfare, more than 1.1 billion in increased exports, and creation of millions of new jobs under the full implementation. Reduction in transport costs and transit times. The goods move from Bassa to other inland ports. Improvements have reduced border delays and transit times significantly. Better integration of value chains, agriculture services, industry, meaning more value-added production rather than exploiting raw materials. Increased competitiveness for East Africa products in other African markets. Improved livelihoods for citizens, especially SMEs, women, and youth who often are mostly impacted by trade barriers and lack of information. There are some challenges. Disparities in the capacity among partner states. Some countries have less readiness in terms of infrastructure, regulatory systems, etc. Some non-tariff barriers remain stubborn. Some customs delays, inconsistent implementation, roadblocks in some areas, overlapping regulation, rules of origin, complexity of the rules of origin, and adding them with the Africa Continental Free Trade Area without having domestic industries, financing gaps, both for hard infrastructure and for soft systems. Political will and coordination, our will is not at the same level. The issue of sovereignty still remains high in the minds of many bureaucrats and governments. Awareness of private sector engagement. Sometimes the small and medium enterprises don't know how to access Africa Continental Free Trade Area markets. Information asymmetries and logistical costs remain high. What needs to happen to speed up integration? Finalize and operationalize all domestic strategies for the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, the laws, the regulations, price controls, standards, compliance, accelerate removal of NTPs through clear enforcement mechanisms, monitoring and sanctions, improve trade facilitation, simplify customs procedures, enhance one-stop border posts, invest in infrastructure, roads, rail, ports, logistics to reduce the cost time for cross-border port trade, build capacity, customs officials, regulatory bodies, business support, etc., etc. All these areas that we need to work on to ensure that our people really benefit, but also strengthen regional cooperation among the regional economic blocs to speak with unified voice under the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, especially for negotiation of tariff schedules, rules of origin, service liberalization. The UK, with strong tradition of financial services, innovation, and technology transfer, is a natural partner. Global investors who embrace Africa's integration story will reap first mover advantages tomorrow. The success of the ESC, COMESA, AfCFTA, and SADC depends on collaboration between governments and the private sector, between Africa and its international partners, and between the vision and execution. And then let me just remember what General Potter was talking about. Do you have a vision? Do your people know that they have a vision? How do they follow it? Let me be clear, East Africa is not just seeking assistance. We are seeking investors, innovators, and partners. Africa is rising. East Africa is at the center of that rise. The convergences in our regional blocs under Africa Continental Free Area It's not only good for Africa, it's good for global business, for inclusive growth, and for the shared future we all desire. I invite the UK and global investors present here today to seize these opportunities to co-invest in East Africa's journey and be part of shaping Africa's economic transformation story. Thank you very much. For God and my country. Rebecca Kadaga. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think the Right Honourable Deputy Prime Minister needs another round of applause for two specific reasons in addition to her being here. She's been part of this event for several years, and anytime it's happened, she's made sure that even if it has to be that she's been here the day of the event, she'll fly in. Thank you very much, ma'am. And it's worthy to note that she just got in this morning, and she hasn't even had a rest. Straight from the airport, she's been here to deliver her speech. Another round of applause, please.